Hey, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing this morning? My name is Eric McKinley, and I am the Director of Program Development of National Business Builders. And also, I'm a co-owner. And National Business Builders is a company that is based in Columbia, South Carolina. But we have a large web presence, and we are growing across the globe exponentially. So, as you guys jump on, do me a favor, drop your city and your state, and let me know where you're tuning in from. Like it, share it, and tag someone. The reason why I'm here this morning is to share with you, and I'm going to tag some people as well, but I want to share with you some things, and debunk some myths and some rumors as to why people are so afraid of the IRS. So if you're looking at this right now and you're seeing this for one of my broadcasts for the first time. If this is your first time viewing any of my broadcasts, do me a favor and drop a number one in the comments, okay? Drop a number one in the comments. And if you have seen me before, drop a number two, okay? Hopefully you'll find some value in the information I share with you this morning. I won't be before you long, but I wanna share some information with you that's gonna hopefully put us in a better situation financially and also put us in a better mindset. So, um, why is it that people are afraid of the IRS? Why is it? Is it something that was taught to us? Is it something um, that was ingrained or embedded in our minds? Why is it that people are afraid of the IRS? Well, if you have a job, 9 times out of 10, you are paying taxes out of your check. Okay, um, and we are taught from the beginning through different situations, through seeing different people handle different situations, not to mess with the IRS and their money. But I'm here to tell you something. Your taxes is your money, and regardless of what anybody says, education trumps trumps what somebody else said. This is the problem in most communities, in most areas, and most individuals. Education is subject specific. We are taught at a young age to fear certain things, and the IRS is one of them. And as an adult, we grow into this person or this personality who believes the same things. Hey, don't mess with the IRS and don't mess with their money. Well, you know what? I believe in not messing with anybody, but I also believe in protecting my assets. I believe in protecting my money. And one of the things that I understand is that when we to understand how the tax system works, we tend to be frightened or fearful of what can happen to us. So I'm just gonna give you a couple of tidbits on this Friday morning. It's Financial Freedom Friday. I'm not going to be doing these series on this platform uh, for the next probably to the end of the year because I want to educate people, and hopefully I'll grow some traction and be able to continue to do this. But for right now, I want to just share with you why it is that people are afraid of the IRS. They're afraid of the IRS because that's what's planted. That's what's being told to us. We're told to not uh, not mess with the IRS's money. We're taught um, to only get a refund in most cases, and we're also taught that if we get caught messing with the IRS and messing with their money and doing something improper or illegal, unethical or immoral, that we can actually be fined. And all those things are true. But the biggest cases why people are really afraid of the IRS is because they don't understand. Once again, education is subject specific. So let's backtrack for a minute. We go to school from the age of 3 preschool, 4 preschool, 5 kindergarten, all the way to 18 years old. That's mandatory. We have to be in school in most states. Some of us even go on to finish college. We get our bachelor's degree. Some of us get a master's degree, and some of us get a PhD. But not once in that training or education, unless we are going to school to become a tax attorney, unless we're going to school to become a tax professional, there's nowhere in that education that we're taught about how the IRS works in our favor. See, the government wants us to take control of our finances. They really do. They just don't put it out there in the form of going to communities and neighborhoods and educating people. The government loves business owners because, see, as a business owner, you have the opportunity to be independent, and that's less help that the government has to give you. Now, they want to give you more help because as a business owner, you're taking chances. But why is it that we're afraid of the IRS? We're afraid of the IRS because our parents were afraid of the IRS. We're afraid of the IRS because their parents were. They had a situation, somebody owed taxes, and they came in and they seized their finances, they seized their accounts, they seized their assets. But this is what I want you to understand, especially if you don't have a business. If you don't have a business, and the rules are different for everybody, but if you don't have a business, I want y'all to understand there's two tax systems in America. Two. One for business owners and one for people who work for business owners. Those are called employees. So the tax system for employees, you're taxed at the highest rate, about 25 to 30%, taxed at the highest rate. Now, here's the kicker. There's a form called the W-4, and it's a tax withholding form. And everybody that's a W-2 employee, meaning that you get a W-2 at the end of the year to file your taxes, you have to fill this form out. And the form instructs you to fill the form out correctly so that your employer can withhold the correct amount of taxes from your check. That's where the first fear comes in, because we're not educated on how to correctly fill out that form. And by not being educated properly, we just go by what they say. Well, they are not there when you fill the form out. The form tells you specifically to fill it out correctly. But now here comes the education. We are afraid of the IRS because we're not educated on taxes. Point blank. That's it. And if more people were educated on something that's simple, and I say simple, but it's not simple for a lot of people, but something that's as clear as correctly filling out the W-4, their money, then they would have a little bit more confidence when it comes to talking about the IRS. Now, there's going to be some gurus out there that say, you know what? Pay your taxes. But I'm going to ask you a question. Do you want to overpay your taxes? And I'm going to put this scenario out there. If you had a light bill, and your light bill was $100 every month, if you knew your light bill was going to be $100 every month, you want a fixed type system, and you knew your light bill was going to be $100 every month, would you pay them $150 every month? See, that means your light bill goes from $1,200 a year to $1,500 a year. Would you give them an extra $50 every month? Most of you are going to say no. So the question is, if you have a tax bill, wouldn't you want to legally lower that tax bill? And you can only do that with education. Why would you overpay the government and then get a refund back at the end of the year? When you struggle, most people struggle throughout the year. That's on the W-2 side, the people who have jobs. As a business owner, it's even more important to understand how the tax system works. Understand, if you're a business owner and you have a job, you can actually legally lower your taxable income on your job. And that's up for discussion, but it's actually education, and I can actually show you in documentation. Here's the problem. Most people either don't know, don't make time to find out, or we listen to someone who is a professional who's really not gifted and talented in their skill set or their craft. They don't do the research, and they don't do the follow up, the train up in the classes to be proficient in their skill set. So business owners are actually overpaying taxes. Also, if you're a business owner and you have a job, you have the opportunity to do the same thing. You have the opportunity to legally lower your taxes. The bottom line is, don't pay more than what you owe. And if you don't know, then get with a group, a professional Do some research. First, I recommend you do some research, because you can't get with someone if you don't know who to actually surround yourself with. So that's one of the biggest misconceptions. A lot of people say, well, I have a couple of people that I can refer you to. If those people are not willing to educate you on the whys and the why nots, if they're not ready to educate you or point you in the right direction, if they just want to take your money, then you may want to not deal with those individuals. However, get with the group that's going to educate you. Financial education, financial literacy is very important. Whether you're a W-2 employee, whether you're a 1099 business owner, regardless of the status, it's very important. The problem is, most of us are not making time to learn how to keep the money that we're making. So education is important, but education is also subject specific. And if you really want to understand how to take more control of your finances, the first step is understanding education, understanding the tax system. You don't have to know from A to Z, but you do have to know what you're required to do, and you should know what the laws are. You should know how to at least fill out your W-4. You should know how to legally lower your taxes. Then you can go and you can search out or seek out a professional tax preparer. That's just my recommendation. So that's all I wanted to share with you guys on Financial Freedom Friday. Here's my tip. Once again, education is important. Education is subject specific. The number one obstacle to our financial success is listening to what they say without following up with our own research. That's it. So my name is Eric McKinley, and like I always say, when you know better, that's when you have the ability to do better. And the only knowledge that's powerful is properly applied knowledge. You guys take care, and you have a great day. And I'll see y'all at the top, because there's too many people struggling at the bottom.